Hello, everyone, and welcome back to That's So Matthew. I am so excited to have a very special guest here with me today. Say hi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kelly.
And we are so excited to be talking about Descendants today here on the pod. It is probably an all-time favorite of mine.
Yes, same.
It's like one of the last good Disney Channel original movies. You guys can come and fight me, argue with me in the DMs. But I'm so excited to have Kelly here from the Penny for Your Thoughts podcast. So, Kelly, introduce yourself to the listeners, your podcast, what you're all about. Give them the rundown.
Yes, so as Matthew said, I have a podcast called Penny for Your Thoughts. It's basically a podcast all about me, just talking about anything I like, because I think I'm funny. So I'm like, people would think I'm funny, so they would laugh at me. With me, I mean. What else? I'm a sophomore in college, so I'm not young anymore, I guess you could say.
No, that's young. That's young.
I have a podcast, and I have a small little side business called Starday's Beads, where I make mask change and little like chains for your eyewear. Basically, that's it.
Yeah, small business.
Woo!
So, my fun fact for today, and this is a funny story. I love story times on the podcast. And so on my way up to record this episode, my bedroom is upstairs. I fell coming up the stairs. So we're off to a great start, everyone.
Was it like a hard fall? Like, how did you fall? Describe that.
So I was like running, which I should not have done. And so I got up to like the top step and like I tripped, like fell forward, like on my face. And like there's no excuse. I was just like being super ignorant about it. And like I just went way down and but I'm okay. No broken bones. I've also never broken a bone in my life. Fun fact for all the new listeners. I love telling fun facts and stories. And so, Kelly, if you ever have any stories you want to throw in today's episode, just throw them in. I love stories. Okay, so here we go. Let's start off with our brief overview of the film Descendants, which came out in 2015, which is 6 years ago, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, I feel like I just watched it.
I know. I can't believe that time I was like a freshman in high school. I can't believe it came out that late. Is that what you would say? Late?
Like, I don't know. Like, for me, how old? So I would have been like 11, which is cute. So I would have been like in 5th grade, which I can't believe is that long ago. I'm in 10th grade, so it's like 5 years. But it's just like so crazy because I remember like watching this movie religiously when it first came out. I think I watched it like a total of 10 times in like 2 weeks. Like I was obsessed. I know all the songs. Before this, I hadn't watched it in like a year maybe. Like that's kind of shocking. But I still knew like all the words to the songs, everything. I'm should I be proud or embarrassed?
Proud.
Yeah, I'm a proud Disney Channel fan. Yes. No, this movie, I love it so much. It is a DCOM, which, you know, guys, we're all about the DCOMs here on That So Matthew. And stars Dove Cameron, who love her. So amazing from Liv and Maddie, other things. What else has she done? She's done so many things. She also
was in like a musical. What was it?
Hairspray, and she was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh yeah,
which is exciting. What else?
She's a singer.
She's just amazing. I love her. And Sophia Carson, who I also love. She has been in so many amazing things. Adventures in Babysitting, which is also a DCOM. A Cinderella Story remake, which is okay. Feel the Beat. The Perfectionists, which is Pretty Little Liars. Love The Perfectionists. So good. I love that show. I'm like a huge like teen mystery thing, like a huge teen mystery person. Like Riverdale. Side note, I know everyone hates Riverdale. I know. Everyone hates it. Okay, now I just need to explain myself to the new listeners. I've mentioned this a couple times. So when it first came out, I watched it like religiously because it was really good. But it got really bad. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah.
But who still watches it? Me.
Oh
It's like,
no.
okay, for one, it's like comedy because it's so cringy to me. Like, it's not supposed to be comedy, but it's comedy. And also, like, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I'm invested in it. Like, on the night of recording this episode, the graduation episode of them graduating high school is coming out. So it's like, like, it's like a chapter. Like, I'm invested. So
Nostalgia.
you guys can all come at me. Like, I get it. I've gotten so many DMs about it on Instagram. Like, people are coming after me. I
The
know it's
high
bad.
high school football.
Yeah, like I know it's bad, guys, but like just let me live a little
It's
bit.
iconic. It's iconic.
It is iconic and like I don't know, it's so fun. Okay, back on track. Sophia Carson, love her. She's amazing. As well as Boo Boo Stewart, who you guys might recognize from several things such as he was in the Twilight Saga. I did
Yes,
not
I
know.
remember that. I
Unt-
loved him in it.
until taking notes. I have not seen the Twilight movies in so long, guys. I need to rewatch them, but like I
Yes,
don't know where to rewatch them.
they have it on Hulu, I think.
I have Hulu. I'm gonna
Yes.
watch them.
Yeah, I was so surprised they had it on Hulu.
Okay, I'm gonna now. I know what I'm gonna be watching for the next like 3 weeks because
Oh my God.
I'm gonna become obsessed with it again. It's just like this random reoccurrence. Like you watch it like one time and then you get like stuck in the cycle of rewatching it. I'm ashamed to say that. As well as he was in Lab Rats on Disney Channel, which is exciting. Love that. What else? Actually, I should specify Lab Rats Elite Force, which I don't know if I've seen. And he also was in Julie and the Phantoms this year,
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about that. He
which
was in, like
is
a lot of small things. Like
yeah,
I wanted to be a star in one of them.
yeah. I want to be a star. Like I'm free whenever Disney, just call me. But also that's also directed by Kenny Ortega, who also directed this movie. Or so that's exciting. Like a little trivia. And of course, Cameron Boyce unfortunately passed away last year. Really sad. I cried for a long time. And like
Too.
it's like a childhood thing. But like seeing him in this movie, honestly, he was so good in this movie. And like I feel like I didn't appreciate Carlos enough.
Same.
Like it was just so good. And he was also in Grown Ups, Grown Ups 2. He was also in Jake and the Neverland Pirates. He voiced Jake. Yeah, yeah. As well as the show Gamer's Guide to Pretty Much Everything. He was in Jesse. He made appearances in Bunked. So many amazing things. Honestly, I have a lot of respect for all the projects that he was in. All right. So that is Descendants. We just like gave a huge rundown of all the actors. But now we can talk about like the characters, not the actors. And the characters in this movie are like so like basic, but like a good basic.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Like I don't hate it because I feel like okay. So this unlocked a memory. I was doing some research and like I found this controversy that apparently Disney had stole this idea from like a doll line. I don't know what it was called. I think it was
What?
called I wrote it down. It's called Ever After High or
Oh,
whatever.
yes. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. I remember seeing this and oh my God.
Like okay, I think my sister had like some of the dolls, whatever. But like when I now like I look back, it's literally like the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure Ever After High was first. So Disney, you have some explaining to do.
Wait, wasn't the movie based off of the books, right? So when did the books come out?
I don't.
I think it
Okay.
was based on books. I don't know.
Actually, I feel like the books were written because of the movie because I owned the books because I was a Descendants fan, like a super fan. I feel like I have a Descendants magnet somewhere in my bedroom. I just don't know where it is, but they were literally. I don't know. I saw like a article about that, like how they like stole the idea. So I would think that's kind of scary. So you should explain yourselves, Disney.
Yeah.
But like also Disney, it's all Disney characters. So like, did Ever After High steal it?
And Ever After High has like monsters, and Disney doesn't really have monsters in it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So that was just like something I came across, like doing some research for today's episode because I try to come prepared to the podcast, which doesn't always happen, but we're here, we're vibing, we're thriving. Okay, up first, we're going to talk about Mal. And Mal, I'll give my opinion and then you can give yours. So Mal, okay. In the beginning, I'm not a huge fan of her because she's like super like being an a-hole because she's like, tough. They're villains. They're on the Isle. Whatever. The Isle is like they're on their own little island and like she just is like kind of annoying me. But she's like also played by Dove Cameron, so you can't like hate her. but also her hair in this movie. I don't know, guys.
I wrote that down on my notes.
Me too. Compared to the other movies, her hair is just not cute. It's just like, I don't know, like it just looks like it's so unevenly cut for some reason. It's just so weird. Like the wig is
Not good. And plus the short hair and like a little side bang moment.
yeah,
Like
it's
a side part.
I'm cringing just talking about it, guys, to be honest with you guys. And so, Dove Cameron, throughout the film, obviously she does buy her way to love, which I see where she's coming from. You know, she's got to live up to her scary mother because Kirsten Chenoweth as Maleficent like scared me in like the 5th grade. But I don't know. I was just like felt like really bad because like even Ben knew, like spoiler alert, he knows that he was like Love Potion, like the song Love Potion. I think that's a song. And he like doesn't care. Like he's falling in love with her anyways. And like I don't know, like it rubbed me the wrong way. Like, do you agree? Like, does that sound stupid?
I agree because okay, when he realized that she put a spell on him, his reasoning was because she had a crush on him but was scared to admit it, so she like put a spell because he didn't think she, oh my god, can I like speak, that he like in his brain he thought that she was scared to approach him because she's never liked anyone before, but that's not the case at all. She was just using him and they never addressed that.
Yeah, it's really annoying. And like Mal, she's iconic. We love Dove Cameron. We love Mal. She's also got an amazing bestie, Evie, who would love her. But also, she's like super cocky because like all the girls are like, do my hair. And she's like, no.
Yeah, she's like rolling her eyes. She's like, ugh, I have better things to do. She's like very much an angsty teen in this film.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just was like, okay, that's cute for you. But she also has really good songs. The song "If Only" is such a bop.
So good. I forgot how much I loved it, and when it came on, I was like singing along and like.
Yeah, no, it's so good. So good. So yeah, I think that's like all I have to say on Mal. I just like you said, angsty teen. Like she's always such an attitude, and I don't do attitudes. So yeah.
Anything to say about her? Oh my god, she was just interesting. She was kind of like the I'm not like other. When Evie was like trying to put makeup on her, she's like, I don't do that.
Oh my god, it's so.
And then like her little banter, like sarcastic, and I was like, okay, you're a bad girl. We get it. Like the leader of the bad club.
Yeah, like I was just so. She's just like they were trying to push like her being like such a bad person, and like I just didn't like it.
Yeah, same.
But Dove Cameron, stan her. And so up next we have Sofia Carson. Love her, like we said. We love everyone in this cast, honestly.
Yes, agree.
The daughter of the evil queen. And Evie, she is like your basic fashionista, all about the fashion, the looks. Love, she's got a boyfriend that she doesn't poison him. So that's real love. But also like her outfits, her hair.
I put that down too on my list.
Her hair is okay. Blue, I feel like blue hair is like can either look super good and super bad. And like the wig, it looks so fake. Like we know it's fake, like obviously, but like it looks so good. And like her whole personality, she's always like reaching out to like Mal, like trying to like help her, but like Mal's like, no, I got this. I can be independent. And like I just love Evie. I also love Sofia Carson. She's just. And she can also sing, which is like the cherry on top. But no, Evie, great. I'm trying to think. And she also designs the dress for Mal, so she loves making dresses too, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say about her. She also like stands up to her mother a lot, which is like super cool because her mother is like really weird. Her mom, like though I wrote it down, but like I thought I wrote it down, but like she made some line. The mom made some comment about like, that's my daughter.
I wrote a line from the mom. It was before they went to the aisle and they're like, find things. And then the mom was like my waistline. And I was like, I was not expecting that line. I was like, wow.
Yeah, the parents had a lot of weird lines before they left the aisle. Like one of them was like, "Who's gonna get rid of my bunions?"
Oh yeah. They were weird. They were quirky.
Very quirky. Not. I can't say I expect anything else out of Disney Channel. Like, but
Yeah.
so funny. The parents are all iconic, honestly, and they all act like alcoholics the entire film. Like, I don't know if it was just me.
They were like weird, crazy, like one of those weird neighbors, I would say.
That like honestly sums it up perfectly. Or like a creepy, like old, like parent.
Yeah,
Like,
they really were like stuck on the past about being bad and evil. Like that was
get over it.
yeah, I don't that was like basically their life being bad. Like do they have jobs at this island? Like how does this system work?
Well, I think the only one that has a job is like Jafar, and he just like has a store where he like steals stuff and puts stuff in the store, which like the economy could never. Um,
Yeah, that was weird how they made Jafar's character like that.
and he
I
was
was
like obsessed, like the one scene with the lamp, and he's like rubbing it, like.
yeah, I was like, I don't really remember him being that crazy. I remember him being kind of gross, but
Gross, creepy.
not into stealing. That was like Aladdin's thing. That was not
Yeah,
Jafar's
it was
thing.
just really weird. I don't know if I like the depiction,
Yeah,
frankly.
how Evie's character was depicted, like how her mother like valued beauty over like being smart.
Yeah,
I don't just because Amir like Mir was the evil queen's thing.
yeah. Honestly, the one thing I also didn't like is she had to like play dumb to get a boy.
Yeah. And then play evil with Mal at first.
Yeah, no.
But he was like actually really nice and sweet.
I love no Evie. I love her, and like it's kind of similar to like if anyone have you guys, you hopefully you guys have seen the movie Mean Girls, like iconic. She's like playing like a Caddy or a Katie, depending on like how people pronounce it. I know it's like Katie, but everyone pronounces it so weird. And she like plays dumb to get Aaron, and like it's like the same kind of ideal here. And I just didn't like that because Evie is like smart and probably my favorite character. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Just
I did love her outfits. Oh, they were so pretty and so like put together with the colors. Mal's outfits, I was like, wait, how is Evie so good? And I looked at Mal's outfits to see if I was missing anything, and it really was not it. Some
mm-mm.
of it was like you could tell it looks like a costume, like costume.
Yeah.
And the colors sometimes just did not go. It looked like brown, muddy, swamp.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I 100% agree with you. Like it just I don't know. And like I always see like all the little girls at Halloween like wearing these Mal and Evie costumes and like they look just like the costumes from the movie because they're so like fake. Like
Yeah,
it looks like Party City made their costumes.
it does. Wait, what's it called when you was it Disney bounding? Is that what it's called when you like it's like that, like they're Disney bounding
Yeah.
themselves.
I was literally just talking about that not too long ago, so that's why when you brought that up I'm like kind of dying over here, guys, but we're okay. Up next, Boo Boo Stewart, who plays Jay, who's the son of Jafar, who we were just talking about. And Jay in this film is very he's like the tough guy, like the tough guy. He I don't know. He's just like I don't really like him because I feel like they didn't give him that much to go off of in this movie. I feel like they expand a lot more in like the second and third film. But the reason that like he just does I just don't like him is because I don't know. I just don't is it just me or like did they not give him like enough for me to like have an opinion?
I agree. There was barely anything on him. Basically his storyline is he has like anger issues and they tell him to put his anger in sports and he's a sports guy. He's really good at sports. So that's basically
That was
it.
like it. It's like he's like a basic jock. Like
Yeah, and like he learns family through teamwork and the sport.
I don't know. I didn't like that. I feel like he just like they didn't give him enough in this film. And like frankly, looking back at the second and the third films, I can't even think of anything from those either. Like honestly, like he just got screwed over. Like you had Boo Boo Stewart, and like
Yeah.
that's what you did. But I guess it's Disney, and so has snark comments. Like he has like clapbacks, like snapbacks. I don't know what they're called. Like he just like has like
Yeah.
a quick sense of humor. I don't know.
Like how him and Carlos would interact. Like
Yeah.
very aggressive. very like aggressive big brother vibes. Like that's like your older like college brother or something. To like their young teen
Yeah, he like always
brother.
was kind of looking down on Carlos, and I was
Yeah, like
like,
putting his like what is that called when you
I
like
don't
nip
know.
them? I don't know
Oh
what you call
yeah,
that. Yeah.
I hate that. I think it's like they always do that in the movies, and like it just pushes that jock narrative.
Yeah.
And so yeah, not my favorite, honestly, Jay.
Yeah, he
Kind of
just stole things.
yeah. He also had some pretty cool tricks though. Like he would like do some flips and like, ooh, cool.
He really was that like athletic, flexible flips, tricks guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just didn't like him that much. Sorry, guys. Any J stands out there? I'm sorry. I'm like breaking them. But up next we have the one and only Carlos, son of Cruella de Vil, played by Cameron Boyce. And Cruella de Vil has always been like one of my favorite Disney villains because she's just like iconic. And like this is really creepy, but like as a kid, I had like this Cruella like stuffed animal thing. And I just remember that I was just obsessed with Cruella de Vil. And like she's a horrible person. Like she's like killing dogs for fur. Like what was I thinking? But no, in this movie she's also crazy. And she's like telling them to like don't be afraid of dogs or be afraid of dogs, be afraid of dogs. They're evil creatures.
That was so weird. How like Carlos had a phobia of dogs because of her.
Okay, now I'm really exposing myself here on the podcast. I really relate to Carlos because as a child I had a huge fear of dogs. Because my aunt had a dog and it was huge. Like it was one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't know what I did to the dog, but the dog just started chasing me and growling at me.
Oh
And
my
like
god.
that dog was evil. Like, and I wasn't the only one. Like it like came at all these people. And so like for the longest time, I hated dogs. But now I actually like dogs, and my family's about to get a dog soon. So
Hey.
character growth.
Character development. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love dogs. So I was like, oh man, Carlo hates dogs. But then he got that little mutt puppy that was so cute. They're like little relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. Buddy, is that his name? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I feel really bad because I don't remember what the dog's name is.
I forget.
But he also talks, which is
Oh yeah.
slightly terrifying. Not even slightly, like really terrifying.
This movie he didn't talk though.
Yeah, is I think that's like in the second film.
Yeah. Uh he was very protective of the dog later on because when they were like FaceTiming their parents during like
Yeah.
family day, and the mom was like, "You have a dog?" And he's like, "It's my fam." I don't even know, but he was just like being protective.
No,
I was like,
honestly,
"Oh,
so cute because she's like, "Is that a dog?" And he was like, "Yeah, mom, whatever. Like, I don't need to listen to you. Like, dogs are nice creatures." Like, he told her off, and like
yeah."
she looked like a mad scientist with that hair. Like, her hair was like,
Oh
woo.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, she's so
So
silly.
funny. And like, I love Carlos, and his hair also looks really good. Like, I could never pull it off, obviously, but like the
Yeah,
white
that
bleach
hair,
hair,
it looks so good.
like early 2000s vibe, like frosted tips, but like not like
Cool.
frosted everything.
Yeah.
Cute. So who's next? That would be the son of Belle and the Beast, who is Ben, who is Mal's love interest, aka love victim because she poisoned him. But he, in the beginning, first off, he is 16 and he's about to become the king of Ordon.
I don't know why they made it so young. Like he's still in school.
Yeah, I'm 16. I could not be the king of
And the parents
anything.
don't even look old to be like passing it down.
Yeah,
So
like it's
I don't know
so
why so
weird.
soon.
It's like I don't know. I feel like they like isn't the I'm pretty sure like the Queen of England is like 97 or something and she's still the queen. Like these parents could have like held on a while.
Literally. And they look young too, the parents. So I was like,
Yeah.
but also, who decided that Belle and the Beast were going to be the rulers of the kingdom? I feel
Ye-
like there was other couples who could have done it or like should have.
Yeah, no. Totally because she Belle, obviously, who I should mention is like played by Tracy Keenan something. I don't know what her name is, but I love her. And she was in Once Upon a Time, which was like my show. She was the Blue Fairy. And I don't know, she's just so young. And like in this movie, she literally has like no part. Like she just like kind of stands there and looks pretty. Like, isn't there a song like it still look pretty? I don't know.
Yes, there is.
That's literally all she does. Like she has like very few lines and like I don't know. Ben also like he's like such a show off, which I don't like when people show off that much cuz like and like also there was the one scene when they're in the water and
Yeah,
like
that was weird.
he like I don't know, like the camera was so focused on him. And like he's not wearing any shirt or anything.
I
But
know,
like
and it's just I don't know why they would subject him to that.
yeah,
Like
the angles are
creepy.
so weird. Like they, I was so uncomfortable just watching it. Like I was trying to like post on my story that I was like gonna like do a day in the life today of recording 2 podcast episodes, whatever. Like I'm cool, but I literally like I tried to take a picture from the picnic scene, but every single shot he was shirtless,
Oh my god.
and so I had to wait to like the next scene. But I was just so uncomfortable in that
Like,
scene. I
oh,
was like,
to swoon at this? Like, am I supposed to be like falling for
Ben.
him? Like, oh my god, Ben. Oh my god, he's shirtless. Like, that was not my reaction at all.
No, I didn't like him, frankly, for that scene. And they just like overdid the body shots.
Yeah,
And it was just weird. But like Ben, he's cool, I guess.
it was nice. It was really, really surprised. Like, I remember the first time watching this movie, I don't think I liked him that much at all. Like, he went right past me. But then this movie, I was like, okay, I could see you're really nice. You're a really nice guy. You are compassionate. You have empathy. Just really nice guy overall. And I was kind of shocked by how nice he is
Mm-hmm.
and how vulnerable he got with Mal, sorry. I was like, oh my God, wow.
I
I,
know. I honestly thought he was like I actually liked him. And like at the beginning of the film, he's gonna become king. And so I guess you can I don't know what they call it, like a proclamation or whatever. Basically what the US would call an executive order to like let the people in. And I was like, at first, I was like, when I first started watching this movie, I was like, well, why would he do that? Like, they're evil. But then, like, that's the whole point of the movie.
yeah.
But
And then
I,
his reasoning was like, he always thinks about them and it's like feels bad. And I'm like, wow, that's actually really nice. Like you think about them. Like you don't just live your life being a king.
yeah, no. And he was like not even king at that point. Like, when they let him in, like, the
Yeah.
coronation wasn't until like, I don't know, like, assuming like a week later. Like, it was like a long, like, movie. Like, it spanned over quite a couple days. Because,
Yeah.
like, they were every once in a while, it was like night. And then, like, it'd be night again and then night.
Yeah.
But honestly, I love Ben. I didn't like him at first, but I like it. Him. Okay. Who
It's
is. Oh.
scene when he was like singing though was a little cringe.
Oh my god, really
Probably because it's a
cringe.
song, but it was cringe.
No, it was really cringe. I honestly agree with you. This whole movie's kind of cringe, so. Up next, we have the fairy godmother played by Melanie Paxton. And this lady, at the beginning, hated her. Hated her with a passion. I really did. But, and she like comes in. I don't know what she said. I don't know. I don't remember. I had it like written down, I thought, but she like makes a comment when like leave it like you left it, so just leave it or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I remember
She
that.
was she like came out and she was like crossing her hands. She was like, ooh. Also, like she's supposed to be the fairy godmother from Cinderella, and she's like 25 years younger in this film.
Yeah,
And she's just annoying for like the first half.
yeah.
And
Especially the goodness classes. That was a little much. That was like really kind of. I was like, wow, you're really like demeaning these kids right
I
now. Like,
was kind of uncomfortable in that like
yeah,
scene. And like she eventually she like starts warming up to her, but like to them, but she's just like weird. She's like kind of like a overprotective helicopter mom of Jane, who we're gonna get to in a little bit because I have a funny story about Jane. But I don't know. She was just not that great, like of a mother. She's very overprotective, doesn't like give her any freedom, and like I just don't like her that much. But I don't know. And she's also really protective of her wand. Obviously, the wand has very much power that could like destroy the whole barrier thing.
yeah,
But I thought I was like, okay, but and then by the end she like was fine. And she like was very appreciative of Mal for like helping her because without Mal, who was supposed to be the huge villain, their whole like Ordon would have came crashing down. So much power to the fairy godmother for that.
yeah.
So
I don't really have anything to say about her either. She's
yeah.
just kind of there.
Annoying.
Yeah, irrelevant.
Yes. So up next we have Jane, who's played by Brenna Demaco. I don't know. That's a cool last name though. And she's the daughter of the fairy godmother. And Jane, before we get into like talking about her, when I was younger, this is like kind of weird, but I had like the hugest crush on her. Like when okay, not in the beginning, because like her like in the beginning, she's like first we can just start talking about her. In the beginning, she's so like insecure, like it's like actually sad. And she's like, oh my gosh, I hate my hair, I hate my nose, like everything. She's like not into herself at all, which I feel bad for her because like it's a thing that people go through. Like it's body confidence is a huge thing. But then she like gets so happy because Mal fixes her hair, and her hair looks really good after Mal. I was like, ooh, because at first like her hair is like short, but she has
Yeah,
like weird bang
it's like
things.
wonky. Wonky.
Yeah, and then like the
Not
new
cut well.
her upgraded hair is so much better. And she just has such a confidence boost, and she's also like really nice. Her and Carlos date. I don't know if it's in this movie.
No.
No, next one. I honestly lost track. But in the end of at the end of this movie, they like get close to each other and like they like shoulder to shoulder. Ooh. But I honestly was like, oh my gosh, I love that. And so yeah, Jane, I honestly really like her. I know that like not everyone likes her. I just feel like I relate a little bit to her, and like she's got cool outfits. Her color is like blue and pink and it works so well for her, I think. Her outfits are also really good compared to like Evie's. Not Evie's.
Yeah.
Mal, the Party City costumes.
Looks way better than Mal's.
No, I honestly love Jane in this movie.
I I don't think I had an opinion on her. Like she was just there. I didn't have a problem with her. Like I think maybe the first time I watched it, I don't think I hated her. I think I was just like, okay, she's
She's
there.
just like a shy, sweet little girl.
Like sad, kind of sad girl, but like you're rooting for her.
Yeah, yeah. Because in like the second and third film, which personally I think this is my favorite out of the franchise, because the second one I haven't talked about on the pod yet, but I think I have someone that wants to come talk about it. But that movie is just like, I don't
Yeah,
like it.
the plot was weird, I think.
Songs aren't that great.
Yeah.
And the third one, I talked about it with my sister like when it first came out, and honestly, I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
I actually have not watched that yet because I was like kind of holding off because I didn't want to be sad that it's over and that like
Yeah, no, I won't spoil anything, but I definitely was kind of like left with like the impression that it wasn't amazing. But you can watch it and tell me what you think whenever you do that. Okay, up next is Sarah Jeffrey, who plays Audrey. Okay, Audrey in this movie, annoying. So
I
annoying.
agree.
She is
Uh,
a pain in the butt, honestly. And she's all snooty because she's dating Ben, but then Ben is put under a spell, so no more
so
Ben.
possessive and just like even in the beginning, like when we first meet them, she's just like, yes, my boyfriend. It's like my prince boyfriend, and I'm a princess, and you don't have any title here. And I was like, okay, chill. Like,
Okay, back off.
why
But
are we
like
mean?
honestly, I love Sarah Jeffrey. She is in one of the shows I watch, Charmed, which is not a great show, but also still watch it. Like,
She looks like another like actress. I forget her name, but I always mistake her for the other one and vice
yeah,
versa.
no, she's so honestly like her. And
But I love
so
her.
she had another project during the second one, so she wasn't in it. But then in the third one, she like came back. It was the whole. Wait, no,
I
I
saw
don't.
snippets of that. I
Okay,
think I know.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, wait, no,
So I
she's
could see how she became like that because
yeah.
what happened was very unfair. And it was so sad, honestly, like when Mal gave him like the potion, or not really the potion, made him eat the cookie to fall in love with her. And he like announces and serenades her in front of the whole school, like, I love you. And then she's just there, like
She's
cheerleading.
just like there,
And she's
like
like,
that one emoji, like the
yeah,
girl standing there, like.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah. And I was like, that is so sad. Like imagining like your boyfriend just like all of a sudden like saying he loves someone else, and that's so humiliating and sad. And then Mal was sad about it too, which I was like, okay, nice. You're feeling emotions about this. You're not mean. You're not evil.
Yeah, I was like, okay, girl, get it under control. But yeah, in the spoiler alert, in the third film, she does become the villain, which honestly iconic. Her whole that whole movie, her is iconic. But yeah, in this movie, she's really annoying and very possessive and super annoying. I think I already said super annoying, but that just means that it was like really annoying.
Yeah.
So,
And at the
the-
end,
oh,
when what's it called? After the coronation, after like the huge fight scene,
oh yeah,
and she was like, "I told you," but then they all freeze, and at the end they like bow to each other, like acknowledging that they're fine. I was like, "How is there? How's that correlate?" And I was like, "There was nothing was resolved at all."
yeah, it's
That was okay. It's a happy
yeah.
ending Disney movie.
She's just so annoying. There's only a couple other people I want to talk about before we get into the plot because I'm just doing like most of the major like sons and daughters. So Doug, who is the son of Dopey, which I love Dopey, iconic. And Doug is the love interest of Evie, and like Evie or the evil queen and Dopey are from the same story. So it's like he's like super scared of her at first, and like I don't know. It's and then she like plays dumb because he's super smart. He's like a band kid, like chemistry nerd. I'm pretty sure they do some chemistry. I hate chemistry over here personally, but he's just so cute. I think because he like always is like so nice to her, and like he also like has like cool hats and beanies and stuff. And like I just love him. Like honestly, he's just like a background character that actually had a meaning, in my opinion.
I completely forgot that they were in the same storyline, that Snow White and the Evil Queen. They were like all in the same thing. I completely forgot about that. I don't know how that like went over me. But yeah, he was like cute. Like he stood up for Evie. I was like, oh, you're nice.
I love that. No, literally, I love him. He, like I said, he was the only background character that really had a purpose.
Yeah, and that wasn't just like dumb or annoying.
Yeah,
Like
he was. I loved
support,
him.
like a supporting character.
Yeah. Now this next character, I hate with a passion, who is played by Jedediah Goodacre, who plays Chad Charming, and
Ugh, they did him so dirty. Like he could have been so good, but they really made him like a typical jock and mean and dumb person. But and he's like the kid of such an iconic character, Cinderella. So like, why?
yeah, I I was really upset with that because he honestly is rather nice, frankly. I don't think he's like trying to be mean, but like they made this like jock storyline. They pushed the jock storyline again. They already had it going on with Jay. So like it was kind of like piling up too much and he's just like a toxic masculinity vibes. I
Ugh,
just don't like him. And like
because Cinderella would not raise him like that. So like, why was
yeah,
he acting like that?
I know. It's so to me it's just probably he is one of the worst characters.
I
Just
agree.
because
And, oh my god, when he called Mel like, or not Mel, Evie a gold digger and what is it, a cheater? I was like, I was so shook. I forgot he said that. Oh god, I hated that.
I honestly like totally forgot like half of the movie to be honest, besides the songs because the songs are iconic. But I when he said that I was like I it was pretty late last night, I'm not gonna lie, and I was like in
Yeah, it was
shock.
so like the most evilest thing on in the movie,
It
honestly.
was
Like
just and it felt
it was
out of
so,
place.
yeah, it was. I know it was like toxic masculinity when like guys like blame girls whenever they aren't or insecure about themselves.
Yeah. Okay, back it up, Chad. Also his name is Chad, so it's like perfect.
Yeah, they really did that.
I honestly feel like every time I have a Chad in a TV show or a DCOM, it's like we're always talking bad about Chad. That rhymes, bad about Chad. But I love it. Honestly, Disney did them dirty though. And the last one we're gonna talk about is just because this character is not really in this movie a lot, but I love her, which is Lonnie, who's the daughter of Mulan. And she is just so I don't know, she's like very quiet, very like backgroundy. But I like her because in the one scene when Mal fixes her hair and her hair gets a total upgrade, honestly, her new hair looks so good, just like Jane's. But the thing I didn't like is like they changed her hair color a little bit, which made me like in the first clip, I'm pretty sure she had black hair, but then when they changed it, it was like a light brownish color.
Yeah.
And it just like I'm like a person that's super focused on details. Like I wouldn't say like OCD, like because it's not diagnosed, but like I'm like super attention to detail-y person. And so like I was like, wait, what happened? What happened?
Yeah, low key kind of whitewashed her in that way.
Yeah,
It
I was gonna say
was
that.
so beautiful with black hair. Ugh. And she wanted like a crazy color, so I don't know how like just like brown is a crazy color. She's literally like, I want like Mal's hair, and then they give her that. It's nothing close to Mal's hair at all.
I feel like she could have like pulled off maybe like a pink, maybe like some pink streaks, but I feel
Oh my
like
god, yes, that would have been perfect.
and like make it still like the same length and like curly and stuff, but change it to black with like some pink. I feel like, and she's always wearing pink and like
Yeah,
orange, yellow, like all bright colors, so that would have been really cool.
it would have been so cute.
Better than that brown stuff. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who felt that way.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was like, am I like thinking too much into this?
No, it's okay. Welcome to the podcast where Matthew overthinks for 50 minutes. And honestly, the reason this is super cool they bring this up, in my last episode, by the time this comes out, I talked with the Even the Little Things podcast about Wendy Wu.
I saw that.
Yeah, so
It
you
was
put
like, oh my
together
god,
the
this is so good.
pieces. Yeah, we kind of like threw things out there. But I haven't recorded it yet, spoiler alert. I'm recording that in like 2 hours.
Oh my
But
god.
we're gonna talk a little bit about how that's like the only Disney Channel original movie with like major Asian representation. Do we feel like they kind of played a little too stereotypical, all that kind of stuff? Because I actually get this question a lot, like how I feel about the diversity on Disney Channel. And so like this episode, or like what we were just talking about with Milani, is like super big, as well as what we're gonna talk about in that episode. So if you guys haven't checked out that episode by the time this is out, you guys should go do that.
Listen to that. I was thinking about choosing that movie, but I was like, no. I was like, I don't know. It's okay. I love Descendants. I
Yeah.
love Descendants.
No, there were so many like I have so many guests lined up. You guys are gonna love them all, but like picking I always like so I always let them pick like what they want to talk about from my list, and it's always so cool to see what people pick because I just like to me it's just so cool. I don't know why.
I'm so happy that Even the Little Things podcast is talking about Wendy Wu. I was like, I hope someone good does that movie.
Yeah, no, I haven't even recorded it yet, and I can tell you guys it's gonna be amazing. So check that one out. Now we're gonna move on, but before that, I actually have some fun facts because I asked you guys what I could do to improve my podcast, and you guys said that some fun facts about the shows and movies would be cool. So I did a little research, and I can actually link the source below, because I don't want to like get like came at like this is all stuff that's true. But originally, this was not supposed to be a musical, which honestly, when I saw that, I was like, wait, how could it not be a musical? Because the music, I feel like if it wouldn't have been a musical, the movie would have sucked. And I feel like that's a fact.
Yeah, the music and like the dancing and choreography really made it stand out and pop, like really got me into it.
Yeah, like it is similar to Ever After High from like what I know. So I feel like if they didn't have the music, it would have been like too similar. And I just feel like without the music, there was like nothing that would have been super duper memorable. Like the music is the thing that makes it, and the choreography. Kenny Ortega choreography does not mess around.
Oh wait, backtrack. Earlier, for some reason, I wasn't thinking of Ever After. I was thinking of Monsters High.
I
So
feel
that's
like they're by the same company.
I was like, that's why I was saying Monsters, and I was like, but now it makes sense.
I'm pretty sure they're like sister companies, if that's what you call it.
Oh yeah, they do have similar animation.
Yeah, and so that's like kind of what I was thinking when I also saw this. And another fun fact, which I have since I wrote this down in my notes, I've been trying to figure out how Boo Boo Stewart auditioned to be Prince Ben, and I just can't see it like at all.
Yeah, I definitely cannot see that.
I
I know. I'm glad they did it. Oh my god.
Because like I'm just thinking like assuming that Boo Boo Stewart would have still had his long hair, like I can't see it. I can't see it.
Like the kid of the beast, and he's like.
I mean, I feel like if they would have maybe changed Ben up a little bit, maybe that could have been worked.
But
a
good
little
for
bit
him for trying for a bigger role.
Yeah, and so also another fun fact, which is about another person who auditioned for a different role. Sophia Carson auditioned to be Audrey, which now I can see that one.
Yeah. Oh my god, she would have been so good at the last movie, like singing the song.
Oh my god! But honestly, Evie was better for her.
Yeah,
she got to have her moment in the spotlight. And of course, my final fun fact about this is that it's not actually about this movie, but it is technically about this movie. So they wanted to bring in Ursula, which I love The Little Mermaid, one of my favorites, but they wanted to wait for the sequel, even though they didn't know that they were going to get a sequel. So they were playing it really risky. But I feel like I'm so glad that they did because I feel like this movie had enough for now. But the second film, they like really ruined it because I feel like the whole Ursula thing was like too much.
Yeah.
It's like all about Ursula, which I love Ursula, like one of my favorite Disney villains, but I was just like, yeah. But China and McClane, love her. Love her. But we're gonna stay on the first film, and now we're gonna talk a little bit more about the plot and like some things that I noticed in this film because I overthink. That's why I have a podcast and I talk to myself for 50 minutes. But so welcome to Matthew Overthinks the Plot of a Disney Channel original movie. This time we have Descendants. Okay, so when we first begin the film, like we see Prince Ben, and I really didn't like him at all because he was just like, I'm going to be the king, but I'm going to let these people in first. And like they like all look at him and they're like so shocked. Like, I'm sorry that you are so rude and you had to kick them out. Like,
Yeah. I wonder how he decided like who to choose.
yeah, like it's so weird to me. Like, and like they're the villains of like the worst Disney villains. Like, I'm pretty sure the mom says that, like her one line in
Yeah.
the whole film.
And I was like, are they really the worst? I don't even think Maleficent was that bad. I was like,
Yeah.
really the evilest? I don't remember her being the evilest, but that's maybe because I watched Maleficent with Angelina Jolie and I was like, oh, Maleficent's misunderstood. But you know,
I honestly haven't seen that movie in a really long time, but I know that they came out with the sequel like last
yeah,
year, so
I
maybe
think I
I'll check it
tried
out.
that one.
And so from there, now they welcome all of the sons and daughters. They sing Rotten to the Core,
Oh my god,
iconic,
that was so good
iconic.
when they like zoom over after Ben's scene and they first show the Isle of the Lost and it's like dun, 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 and like the music starts.
It's so
So
good.
good, and they're like, oh god, the choreography for that when they were like kind of being
Oh my god.
mischievous. Oh,
That little
so
dance break
good.
in
Yeah.
there, I
Oh
tried to
my
learn that dance as a kid. Like honestly, I was like trying to do it. But Kenny Ortega choreography, like I could never. But it's so good. The music like is so good. Rotten to the Core is like
god. And the way they
iconic.
started was like, they say I'm evil, they say I'm bad. Like, okay.
We get it, Mal. You're a bad bleep.
It was so good. I was like,
It's
wow.
so good. I love it. And so now they, of course, these villains have evil intentions. Their kids don't, but their parents do. And Maleficent's like, I need you to get that wand. And like, of course, Mal is like we say, the bad bleep. That's what we're gonna start calling her because my mom and dad do listen to this podcast. Which is cute. But so they go over and now they meet Ben and Audrey, who, ew. Audrey is like, this is my boyfriend.
Yeah, and then you can see Mal's face is just like, okay. Oh my god, when we first meet and like shake hands, and Ben was like kind of starstruck and stared for a little. And then she like pulled her hand away, and he was like, anyways, like,
And like it sounds like that one sound on TikTok where it's like, anyways, so like that's basically what Mal should have said to Audrey because Audrey was just so annoying, like so like overbearing about Ben. Like, back it up a little bit. And so now they meet the fairy godmother, who is really annoying, honestly. And then they go into the school. It's like really pretty, like boarding school vibes. And they meet the son of Dopey, who is Doug. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know like what the exact line is. I just wrote hi ho in my notes, so I have no idea what that means. I'm assuming like they said that at some
I
point.
don't know.
Like I said, this was late
know.
at night. This is late at night, guys. Like this is probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock, Matthew. And then I started Wendy Wu after it and I fell asleep watching it. And all of a sudden I woke up at like 3 in the morning and I was like, oh my gosh, is the movie done yet? But I fell asleep. Like my computer was just sitting there and I was like, oh, okay. So I had to rewatch it today. But back to this, they go to the museum with all like wax figures, I'm assuming, of their parents, which is really creepy, but like the actors are just standing there.
Yeah.
And they sing Evil Like Me, which is a bop. I love that song.
I feel like I don't remember seeing that when I first watched it, and then when I watched it, and I was like, was this a deleted scene? For some reason, that scene and that song did not stick with me. Like I didn't remember it. I was shook. I was like,
I'm
what
shook
is
for you.
this?
I'm like,
I was like, oh, what's happening right now? Am I tripping?
I can't believe, honestly, that was like my favorite
But it
song
was
of the
so
whole
good. Yeah,
movie.
I agree. I was like, got some vocals.
Literally, I love that scene. It's so good. And Kristen Chenoweth, if you guys don't know, she's been in so many amazing things. She was on Broadway as Glinda in Wicked for all my theater kids out there. But her voice is so amazing, and the way that they sing that, and like, it's so good.
Yeah,
It's so
I'm
good.
so glad she got a song in the movie.
Yes. And then from there, they are like in the museum, like they're causing trouble. You know, they are from the Isle of the Lost, and so then they are trying to steal the wand, and they're like, oh my gosh, Ben's coronation, the fairy godmother will be there, we need to get to the coronation. Which obviously I kind of got a little irritated because like they're supposed to be good and like they all have good intentions, but they're just doing this to please their parents.
Yeah, even in the beginning, before they came onto Eridon, is that what?
Ordon, I don't know how to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah, Oridon. Before they came to Oridon with the Isle of the Lost, they still seemed pretty good kids. But like even Mal didn't seem that bad bleepy. Like
Yeah.
then they came on to Oridon and it was like enforced that they're bad. And I was like,
Yeah, they like threw all their like good like being out the window, like on their way.
yeah.
And it was just so weird. And I was like, okay, like what? But from there, we start to see the kids start fitting the kids. I sound like an old grandpa. The kids, like the group of the bad bleeps. And so they start fitting in at school. Jay is on the tourney team, which is basically like lacrosse, I think, and Carlos becomes friends with the dog, who I in my notes wrote, make sure to tell story about young Matthew and dogs.
Heck.
We already did that. But that scene also, I have the dog's name in my notes. It's Dude, not Buddy. Why was I thinking Buddy? But
Basic dog names.
yeah, honestly, what else can I expect for myself? And so now Evie starts to impress Chad, but then like she starts getting taken advantage of, like you know the Mean Girls, Katie plot. Love Mean Girls also, throwing that in there if I haven't said it enough. And then Doug is like, no, you don't have to do that. You need to be yourself. And then that's the start of their relationship. And he just has such good intentions. I love him. Like compared to Chad, like she's trying to impress Chad. Like,
Ugh, Chad, ew.
I don't know. Like even the name, like no offense to the Chads out there, because I'm sure just like with my luck, there'll be a Chad listening. And they'll like DM me. I've gotten so many weird DMs, guys, lately. It's not even funny. Like,
If you're a Chad, please DM Matthew. And say my
yeah,
name's Chad.
I'd love to talk to you.
And
Totally.
be nice.
Be nice. No, small story time. I got like this random DM from so many people about like this one guy, like he threatened me to like promote his podcast, shout him out. And then I got like a DM to like make an offer with someone. I made like a TikTok thing about it. And like it was just
What
so
the
weird.
heck?
And then I also got like a DM from this lady, and she was like, can I come on the podcast? I sell adult female underwear.
What the heck? Why do I not get offers like this?
I don't. Well, okay, here's the thing. Like, they weren't just like adult underwear, they're like adult underwear.
That's so weird. Is that even
And like,
appropriate for them to be asking you that?
I don't know. I like,
Like illegal.
but I'm like, hey guys, I'm 16. This is
Yeah,
a podcast about Disney Channel for teens and adults, like young adults. I'm sure some of them might want your product, but I'm not going to promote your product. So,
yeah, I'm like, that's the wrong place, lady.
yeah, no, the DMs are honestly going crazy, guys.
Threatening you?
Threatening me.
Was
Yeah,
it
I blocked
actually
and
a
reported
legit
them.
podcast, or was it like one of those like podcast promoter podcasts?
It was a podcast, and they had like 10 followers, and they're like, shout me out. And I was like, they like were like threatening me, and they're like, if you don't, I'll block and report you, or I'm gonna leave a bad review. And I'm like,
what the heck? People are crazy.
and then like one guy was like, you need to promote my show on your story, like otherwise I unfollow. And I said, go ahead and unfollow, because like I don't do shout outs.
That's
Like
so
usually.
weird.
And like the DMs are going crazy, guys. So back to Descendants. Now Mal becomes too popular because she is using her powers to improve the looks of the daughters of respectively the fairy godmother and Mulan. And so now she starts to get close to Ben, poisons him, and then they go on a date. And then
I will say that date, like montage, like thing was kind of magical. I do see it. Like when they were like on the little moped,
yeah,
crossing the bridge. I was like, that is very
it was really
qualified.
cute. Like I do give them that. It was
And a
cute.
little picnic that was cute with like the
Yeah.
pillars. I was like, this is
Oh my! Except for the scene when they were in the water and like all they did was focus on him being shirtless, and I was like,
yeah. And then she was like singing while he's swimming. I was like, that's a little weird. And then she
yeah. And then
stops, and then she's like, but that's cute how like she couldn't swim, and he was like, I'll teach you how to love, something like that.
it was so like it was really
Yeah,
uncomfy, and
it
then
was
the
like something, but
spell wears off, and he knows that he's been like poisoned.
yeah, that honestly would be really sad for him. Like he's like, oh, she tried.
Yeah, I don't know. And then from there, they meet Queen Lee, who is like the queen, Cinderella's mother. And now I know you probably have no idea who this lady is, but she reminds me of this figure. I don't know what her name is. Let me look up her name. And like I actually thought it was her. She is Cecilia Rouse or whatever, and she's like part of the president's like team or whatever. And I was like, why is she in Descendants?
That's so random.
I was like, no, I was literally so random. And I honestly thought it was her. I was like, what is she doing in Descendants? Like, what are you doing, lady? But it's not her. It's not her. It's not Cicely Ross or whatever. If you guys know who that is, I can like insert a picture of her somewhere on my Instagram. But I was like dying. I was like, where did you come from? This is what happens when like you're watching a movie at like way too late at night. Okay, up next in my notes, we have I just passed Grandma is Cicely Ross, so we're getting pretty close here. It's also a really long DCOM compared to other DCOMs. Like it's an hour and 50 minutes, like compared to like the usual hour and 30.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to be this long. I was like, I'll have time to watch
No, it's
it.
okay. I have like nothing else to do tonight except for recording like an hour, but like that's not a big deal. But yeah, I was like, okay, what is going on here, people? And then so now they also sing Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, which the rendition is pretty good. It's just such an awkward scene for me. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I was like, is this like those like performances like when you perform in front of your parents? Because it was like the family day or something, and they were just like performing. I was like, is it supposed to be like a performance that we're giving?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that for some reason. I don't know what it was. Like the performance was like not bad. It just felt like so awkward. Like the
It was
rendition, I don't
random. I
know
would
what
say
it
they just
was.
like threw it in there.
Yeah, I mean, I love the song "Be Our Guest," but I just was uncomfortable, and it like they try to make it sound poppy, and
I
like it's
didn't
just
like
not
the rap
poppy.
that
And
they added with the song, but I like the like BR, like the way they did it, but not the
they
rap.
move like they move like dolls from like the It's a Small World ride at Disney, where they just like move
Yeah.
like robotic, like really creepy. From there, now they get close to the coronation and they go to the coronation, which is a huge event. It reminded me very much of like an inauguration because it's like the same thing. And it's really cultish also in the inauguration, like not the coronation. Like they have singing and like there's horns and like it's so like it's very
Yeah,
culty.
and there's like the chariot bringing them in. It was like no, it was kind of like the Hunger Games when we're first the tribute when we're going through the castle.
It's so cultish. I was like, what is going on here? And so then he Mal finally tells him that she poisoned him. Not technically poisoned because he's not dead, but like makes him fall in love with her and he like gets kind of mad at her, which I like understand, but like he's not mad at her because he's like, oh, I know, I've been new.
It seemed just
Like
like some silly, sarcastic banter when they were like talking about that. I found it a little funny, but I was like, how is he like okay with this? How does he treat her?
honestly, I would not be
He
okay.
honestly
Like
was literally so nice for no reason.
yeah, like they portrayed him a little too nice, I
Yeah,
think.
maybe because just like to contrast Mal's like indecisiveness.
Yeah, and also they were running out of time in the movie, so they're like,
Yeah.
let's move this on the
Honestly, I
show.
feel like their romance was really rushed. Like I remember when I first watched it, I remember thinking that there was no chemistry at all.
There is not that much
But
chemistry.
then I rewatched it and I was like, okay, I guess I could kind of see it, but the chemistry is still not there. But their little conversations were kind of silly, I guess, but just like no chemistry, no, it just did not look like they were in love. It seemed like they were friends and barely even friends, honestly. Like,
It just was really rushed. And I
yeah,
was like,
really awkward. It was really rushed. I don't know. That movie was so long and it for that to be rushed, like for
yeah, it was so long. I was like, when I started it, I was like thinking I could start Wendy Wu in like maybe an hour and 30 minutes. And I was here like 2 hours later being able to start Wendy Wu and then like fell asleep. It's like no big
like they
deal.
went on one date and then next was the coronation and they're like already in love. So I was like,
Yeah, and
how?
it was really, I was like, okay. But now we're at the coronation, and this is when it picks up. Like, guys, it like they shove so much in like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so Jane is like going crazy because her mom like undid her hair. Like, she thinks she's ugly. And then she like steals the wand because she wants to fix her hair. But then Mal takes the wand, and then she either needs to pick the good or the evil side. Who's she gonna pick?
I cried during that scene.
It's so intense.
They killed that scene when Ben's like, do you really want to do this? And she's just like, I have no other choice. And he's like, you do. And I was like, Mal. I was like tearing up and I was like, fuck.
It's really weird. It's like really weird. Like it's like good
It was
weird.
really
And then
intense.
like Jane is actually the one that like opens the barrier, and then like Maleficent's like, "Oh, my time is now." And then she like does this like weird thing. She's like, "Scepter." And then she like goes to the to like Oridon, and she like makes her grand entrance, and she freezes everyone. And now I know this is like a movie, but the way that they're frozen, they like are all moving, like they're shaking, and I'm like,
Oh, I didn't
"What?"
even notice that. That's funny though.
No, like every time I watch the movie, I notice it. Like they're supposed to be frozen, but like you like they can't freeze. Like they're people. Like I get it, but like they're just like all moving. Like really, like I'm so picky. I hate myself for that. But
And he makes
no,
like a
it's
silly
so
comment,
weird.
like an adult comment for towards the beast. He's like, another time, another whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, awkward.
Yeah, it's like so weird, and like everyone's frozen, and then they they use a spell, and then Maleficent is turned into a lizard. Which, as a child, I was so confused at
I'm
that
still
point. I was like, "What
confused. Like,
happened?"
how did that happen? I really don't know.
I feel like it was just so rushed, and all of a sudden she's a lizard, and they say she shrunk to the size of her heart.
So wait, did she do it herself? Because that's what the fairy godmother said. And I was like,
I don't know. I feel like Mal did it, but what she means by she did it to herself is that's how she acts
oh,
because she has
okay.
no love. Like she did that to herself. But I don't know. Like it was so rushed, and like if you like blinked, like oh my gosh, you were like screwed.
Yeah. I took it as like she did that to herself because she was like, oh, I feel bad for everything I did to Mal. Like, I'm gonna make myself tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm like reading it
I don't
wrong,
know. I
but I
think
don't
me
know.
too. I
We'll see.
really was so confused.
And then from there, she unfreezes everyone. Then she's like, I won't be so hard on you, Jane. And like, it's a very big thing. And now they have a big party. They sing Set It Off, which is a
Yes.
bop.
Oh my god. So good. That party scene, like when they're gonna dance and freaking and the
Mm-hmm.
fireworks, so good. But wait, also,
So
why
good.
was Maleficent the only one who went out of the aisle? Was it just because she had the sister and
Yeah.
they're
I guess
sitting?
so. Like, she's the only one that like could have done significant damage because she's the only one that has powers. Like, Jafar doesn't have powers. Like in this movie, he did in the OG,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
Aladdin.
yeah.
Cruella doesn't have powers. And what's the other
Evil.
one? The Evil Queen does have powers, but like none of them use powers. The only person that ever used powers was Maleficent. It was just, I was weird. I totally agree with you on that. But that is the end of the film, except for then Malik turns around and like she has those creepy eyes and she's like, you didn't think that's the end of the story, did you? Or like something really
Yeah.
weird. And then after that, I remember like when me and my sister watched it for the first time, like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be a sequel.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, another movie.
Yeah, but like it wasn't even confirmed at that point. Like they were just like
Yeah, that's
assuming.
kind of savage on their part.
Yeah, I love it for them though. They were confident that it was
Yeah,
gonna
they're
do well.
confident kings and queens or whatever.
Yeah, okay. So before we rate the movie, I had like two questions that people sent in because I asked people to send in questions for me and you to answer about the movie. So let's see what people had to say. I haven't even looked at them. So Oh my God, there's actually a lot. So we're only going to pick a couple unless you want to do them all.
I don't mind doing them all.
Neither do I. I've got nothing else
Same.
to do. Well, actually, I do, but I don't. So which descendant do you relate to and why? So I'll go first. The first one that comes to mind is Carlos because I had a huge fear of dogs as a child, but also I just feel like he's like a super cool dude and everyone like likes him. I feel like no one actually hates him.
I think I would say actually Mal, because as a kid, I don't know, I was like kind of mean, and I was just like, um,
You were a bad
yeah,
bleep.
what's it called when you like put your anger towards others? Like
I
I
don't know.
forget that word, but I was like that, and so yeah, I really like
Oh,
being,
aggressive a
yeah,
little bit, like passive
and being like
aggressive.
feeling like you have to be bad. Like I was like, I gotta be strong, so I'm gonna be mean because I think being mean is strong. I don't know. So yeah, I'd say Mal.
Okay. So next question is least favorite song. Uh,
Be our guest.
yeah, be our guest. Universal on that
Yeah.
one. So the next question I don't understand that much because I don't think that Ariel's daughter was in this movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they're like opinions on them not including Ariel's daughter. Wait, oh, like maybe like how they didn't
Oh,
include Ariel's daughter.
okay.
I feel like there was no place for her in this movie. Like maybe in the second
Honestly, there was
film.
like no place for Mulan's daughter either. Like that was kind of random. I was surprised they picked Mulan, but good for them. Maybe they're trying to be diverse by doing that.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of
Yeah,
failed
they
in this movie a little bit. They missed the mark.
yeah.
Okay. Next question isn't a question, but it's a comment from someone, and they said, "OMG, please have me on a guest to talk about the second or third movie or zombies, please." So maybe stay tuned. Favorite song from this film? I guess this is a good time to talk about it. Uh, Either Rotten to the Core, Evil Like Me, or If
I would
Only.
say either Rotten to the Core or If Only. It depends what the vibes are. If I want to
Yeah,
sing, If Only. If I want to like sing and
vibe.
be hype, then Rotten to the Core.
Oh yeah, it's a really good
It
hype
really
song.
is.
Okay, favorite villain character. Ooh, who like I'm assuming like they mean like villain, like who like the villains. Honestly, Maleficent. She's just really good in this movie, and like the only one that did
Yeah, I would say
anything.
her. Everyone else was just like, eh.
And so the next question is a repeat, which was best song. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Does Mal belong with Ben? We kind of talked about this a little bit, but I feel like kind of not. Like
So it's 50-50.
it should be like true love, not
Yeah,
forced
I
love.
feel like it was really rushed. Like I don't think they even really developed their relationship. I don't even the second movie. It was like it seemed off still.
Yeah, even in the third movie, honestly, I don't think you said you haven't seen it, but like it just like it the whole time it just feels really
Yeah, I
off
feel
to
like
me.
Ben needs someone who,
He needs some more
yeah, and just
development.
like someone who like actually loves him and like I don't know would sacrifice something for him. I don't know, just like some big gesture for Ben because Ben is such a good guy.
Yeah, I agree. And so next, oh my gosh, I haven't been saying the name of the people, so we're gonna go back from the beginning. So thank you, Summer Review Dude, Sparkling Ava, Spill the Milk Podcast, Disney Channel Chat, Brown Girls Rising, and Girly Girl Pod. This is her question. Carmen, love her. What character do you think is most likely to break out in song in real life? Evie. I don't know why.
Oh, that's true. Oh my god, wait. I would say Ben.
Or Ben. Like his it's just so weird. I don't know. Like I feel like none of them will like actually break out
Yeah.
into song. Mal doesn't like break out a song like usually. It's just really like weird. Like I mean
Oh,
Ben literally did that. He like started singing a whole song.
I would say
Ridiculous whatever.
actually Carlos. Like he seems like silly.
Or Carlos. He seems like super
Yeah.
silly. Um and so I'm not going to answer this next question.
T.
Just a reminder to everyone that I already said this in the episode. I don't give shout outs. And if I'm asking for questions about a movie, that's not an excuse for you to ask for a shout out.
Yikes. Don't ever do that, everyone. We're tired of it.
No. No, I get like so many DMs a day. Like I don't even have that many followers. Like
I'm so glad that does not happen to me. I could barely even respond to this people.
some of them I don't respond. Some of them they get a little button that says block. But like sometimes if you're nice, maybe like I'll respond to you nicely. But like if you're really passive aggressive and threaten me, you'll also get a button that says report.
I have not experienced that. That's
Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. Hopefully it doesn't
I would be
happen to you.
so if that happened to me. I could not.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised I do so well with it. Yeah. But so finally, we have to rate this movie out of 10. And so I was thinking, like, I don't think it's like great, but like it's pretty good considering it came out in 2015.
Yeah.
So like I was thinking like maybe like an 8.5. Like I don't think it's like a 9.
Oh, I was gonna say like 6 or 7.
Oh, you're like, okay, I'm a tough critic, but you are tougher, which I love that. Honestly, wait.
But like also
maybe like an 8 is generous, like an 8 out of 10.
I don't even know what would be above it though, because I do love Descendants.
I love High School Musical.
Oh, okay.
Cowbells. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that DCOM. I love Cowbells. So good. Cheetah Girls.
Oh my god, I'm forgetting all these ones.
Cheetah Girls, the second Cheetah Girls, to be specific. I think that's it so far. Like, here's the thing. Most of these DCOMs I'm covering, I haven't seen. So, like, as I continue to go down the list, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really like this DCOM. Or, oh, I really hate this DCOM. Like, I think the worst I ever gave a movie was like a 2 out of 10.
What movie was that?
That's a good question. It was either Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday, the one with Lindsay Lohan?
No, the one in 2018, the musical.
I don't know about that.
Don't watch it.
Lindsay Lohan?
No, not Lindsay Lohan. It's the musical version.
Oh God, weird.
I think. Or Girl vs. Monster.
I kind of like that.
Okay, it's like the songs are good, but like the plot and like execution is horrible.
I just
what was the other one? I don't know. We'll see as I continue to go down the list of episodes.
I think I would say 7 then. A 7.5 maybe, to be nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with an 8 because I feel like I just really like this movie. And honestly, this movie isn't that old, but like if it came out on Disney Channel today, I feel like it would be like actually really good because I feel like we saw that with Julie and the Phantoms, which is kind of essentially like the same thing. So I feel like it would be good because Kenny Ortega is just iconic. He's the same guy, directed High School Musical, as well as Hocus Pocus. So many iconic things. I feel like you can't beat it.
Yeah, agree. Actually, maybe I'm gonna give also an 8. I do like the movie. I don't know what else could be really a 9 or 10.
I can tell you, I don't know what I gave the third one when I reviewed it in episode 15, which is like ages ago. But I feel like I didn't give it that high of a rating. But also, beginning podcaster Matthew is like a whole different person. But the second one I haven't covered it yet, but I don't think it's gonna get a very good rating. So I guess that pretty much wraps up this episode. So thank you guys so much for listening. So Kelly, take it away. Give your plugs. Plug everything.
Okay, so I have a podcast. As I said again, a fun time over there. My podcast is called Penny for Your Thoughts, and the Instagram is at Penny for Your Thoughts Podcast. That's Penny for Your TH0TS podcast. And I also have like this little side hustle business thing called at Stardays Beads, where I just make little cute mask chains, little cute accessories for wearing your mask.
Love, wear your masks, everyone. Yes. You guys can also buy a That's So Matthew mask in my merch store, yes. So you guys should do that.
His merch with my business.
Oh my gosh. Cash. We're going to make a big bank. Okay, so what do I have to plug? So also I'll link her account on my Instagram and in the show notes. All the links and stuff. So, okay, let's see. Follow me on Instagram at That's So Matthew, on Twitter at That's So Matthew1. I suck at Twitter, but I'm working on it. Facebook, if you have Facebook, facebook.com/That's So Matthew. YouTube, starting with last month's episodes, aka the episode that comes out in 2 days when we're recording, I'm putting all my episodes on YouTube. I feel like I'm going to forget to do it, but we're going to try. As well as what else? Merch, go to my website, thatsmatthew.com. You guys can check out all the fun stuff there. TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. I'm close to 100 followers at the time of recording. So can we get there? I don't know. I also suck at TikTok, but I also like made a funny little TikTok today that is going to be posted where it's like me getting ready to record our episode at the original time that we were going to record. So I'm like getting all pumped up and like, woo, I'm going to post it. I'm so cringy like in TikToks. I can't even. What else? I feel like that's it. Everyone. Leave a review also. I shout out reviews from time to time because you guys are all amazing. So leave a review. Leave a review on Kelly's podcast as well. Subscribe to her Apple Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. I feel like that's it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Love you all so much. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.